What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to F1 2021. Picking up where we left off in the last video, and we're going into chapter 3 at the French Grand Prix. So the recent series of incidents with his teammates, Casper Ackerman, both on and off the track, have marred the start of Aiden Jackson's rookie F1 season. With the French Grand Prix coming up, Jackson is keen to find the form that brought him so much success in F2. So here we go. Let's see what we're doing in this one.
It's that time once again, the final moment before lights out and the charge down to turn 1. Who will come out on top at Paul Ricard today? We'll find out soon as the French Grand Prix gets underway. The circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6 mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around...
Go ahead and skip
with the
on
race
now.
minutes away
So
from starting,
grid.
Here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Sergio Perez and Ricciardo, Norris, Vettel, Sainz and Lance Stroll, Ocon, Ackerman,
So our teammates starting
Butler
12th.
and Albon, Russell, Kvyat,
Ooh,
Antonio Giovinazzi,
we're back in
and
18th.
Aiden Jackson. Gasly.
Ugh, yikes. Got some work to do.
Okay, we've not quite had the start of the season we'd hoped for, but we've got a chance to make up some ground today. Try to keep your nose clean and show us what you've got.
Yes,
Good luck,
we can
Aiden.
do that. Yes. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead. I'm wondering if we're like actually playing this one from the get-go, like if we're playing the entirety of it. We're starting on lap 1, which is kind of good. I don't like being in a pack right now. Easiest way to get out of a race at the beginning. I just want to be able to do little bits of time, you know, take over. A little bump there, a little bump there. I don't like being in a pack. Trying to get used to the steering wheel and the pedals more so right now are giving me issues. Alright, let's get out into some open air. We're up into 17th. I guess that's where we started in 18th, so. I wonder if we're gonna have to pit. This pitting is always a fun little strategy in this game. I'm assuming that we're gonna have to. I get used to this track. First time I've raced it in this game, and so probably the first time I've actually raced it in, you know, over about a year, because I haven't played F1 2020 in a while. We're up into 15th. We're right behind Butler. Right. Get past Butler here. We're using our ERS. And we're up into 14th.
Good job. Nice overtake.
It looks like we've got like objectives on certain people, like passing up certain people. Like our next one's Ocon, as you can see in the top left. There's a little red dot by his name. I don't know if that's maybe just the position or if it's actually like they want us to pass him himself. Try not to bump Albon here. So he's the other Red Bull? Yeah. Oh man, he really shot outside there. I think that would have been a penalty in real life because we passed outside of the track limits. Just passed our teammate though. Right now we're just trying to get used to the game, you know. Again, like I said, we're, you know, new to the game. We're new to this steering wheel, trying to get used to both of them at the same time. Right now, there's a setting missing in the steering wheel settings for the wheel of rotation, or degrees of rotation. So, you know, it's kind of a little difficult to use because I have the sensitivity jacked up so much, just to try to make it somewhat realistic as far as what the actual F1 car would do. Because before I was having to turn my wheel like the entire, like 450 degrees or whatever the full rotation was to the left or right to get it to actually like barely turn. So, well, not barely turn, but do like these little turns like what we're doing.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Oh my gosh. So I'm trying to get past Alcon here. You know. Open that. I was trying to use our ERS. Woo, we are torpedoing into that corner. That was way too aggressive. So trying to get past Danny Rick and Lando Norris, who are now teammates on McLaren. Again, we're right now in this game, we're racing on the F1 2020 season. So past Danny Rick, being Daniel Ricciardo. If you really want to get into F1 racing, my suggestion, if you don't have any experience with it, is just go watch Drive to Survive on
the MFD.
Netflix. It's definitely what got me into wanting to be more into F1 racing. You get to know the drivers a little bit. You get to see, you know, kind of some behind the scenes of like what all happens for F1 racing, and it's a really neat series. I definitely suggest it if you haven't seen it. If you're interested in cars, just in general, or racing in general, it doesn't even like, you may just not want to be F1, but it's even just, you know, fun to watch if you're just into racing. Again, you get to know the drivers a lot more, and that's kind of like really why I liked it. Alright, we're behind Signs, and we're up into 6th. That's a pretty like big climb from 18th up into 6th. We're not playing on the, you know, the hardest difficulty, like I said. We just got the fastest lap of the race. But if you could get from 18th up to 6th in real life, usually there would be, you know, some kind of wreck that would cause that. Alright. Trying to get past Signs and Leclerc. We're really grouped up here. ERS, get past him. Ooh. Almost made that clean. Oh, I keep hitting the pause button. Now I'm not even driving straight. The look back button on this controller is really close to the pause button, so I try to like reach over and hit where I can look back, and I end up pausing the game. So alright, we're up into 4th position, and we're on the 4th lap, so we're going to see about trying to get up into 1st. We're going to try to take pole in this. I don't know when they're going to have us hit. Pit stops are very interesting as far as they're like a strategy that can make or break your race. I always like to pit early. I don't know if I can look and see when we're pitting. Set another fastest lap
of the race.
So our pit window is between lap 7 and 9. Keep hitting the wrong pedal. This Logitech G920 that I have has, you know, the clutch pedal, and I keep hitting it trying to think it's the brake. Because when I played originally on a wheel, I only had a 2 pedal setup, so I didn't always use 2 feet, and that's really what I have to do with this 3 pedal setup. But sometimes I move that, you know, foot off the brake, and I try to hit the, you know, the brake with my, you know, gas foot, and that doesn't always work out when the, you know, pedal next to it is not the gas, or the brake rather. All right, we're fighting right now. We're behind Verstappen in 3rd. And right behind Bottas in the Mercedes. I think we got all our positions that we needed to, or past all the drivers that we needed to. I'm curious if you actually have to pass all those. Like, I'm wondering if there's like different like stats that it does, or like cutscenes that it may do, depending on how you do in the race. Like, you've passed Lando and, you know, whatever, but you didn't pass Carlos Sainz or something along those lines. It'd be interesting. We use our ERS here. Man, that Mercedes, well, the Mercedes and, you know, the Red Bull, the Honda and the Red Bull is just ridiculously fast.
Gap to teammate behind is 15.4 seconds.
Yeah, Ackerman, you need to catch up and help us out. I think I'm the only one that's gotten points in this season so far. Collision with Verstappen. I think he hit me. I may have torpedoed that corner, or dove into it, but I'm gonna blame it on him. Alright, we're up in the third. We're behind Bottas. We're gonna have DRS. He isn't. I'm gonna zoop in on the outside. And make sure we brake enough. Now we're fighting for pole. We only have Lewis Hamilton left. And then we'll just have to defend that. Obviously, we're going to have to pit. And like I said, I like to pit earlier. I'm going to see what they actually suggest for pitting. I'm going to pit whenever they tell me to pit, more so. But my strategy, I like to pit early so that I can try to get, you know, in front of the people again the following lap when they pit, or following 2 laps, or whenever they pit. So, let's see what happens here. We're just chasing down Lewis Hamilton right now. Okay, so he went in and pitted, is what it seems. Yeah, so he just pit. Okay. So him and Verstappen are in the pits now, so we've got to make up whatever time we can. We have got to go. Because we're pitting the next lap, so we need to get as far ahead as we can. And we'll see what happens. So we got Bottas still out. Ackerman just went into the pits. Bottas went out. If you don't know about F1, so each team only has 1 pit stall. So you can't pit both of your teammates at the same time. So because Ackerman's in there, I shouldn't go in there, because if I did, one of us would be held up and wouldn't be able to actually get, you know, the work done to the car, and they'd have to wait. So you try to pit on separate laps, or at least where there's a big enough gap to where you can get in and out of the pit, and you know, your pit crew can have the tires and whatever ready. So we're almost 5 seconds ahead of Bottas. I'm assuming he's gonna pit this lap with us. Alright, there we go. I have pit assistance on right now, because as far as like what that does is it like puts you down to the minimum time or whatever, or the speed that you can be going into the pit. So it looks like Bottas did pit with us. I think all of the front runners will probably be pitting this lap, or all the current front runners will be pitting this lap.
Go now.
I think we're gonna be able to come out. We're in front of Bottas. I think we're gonna be coming out ahead. So we're still out in front. Man, it launched me into that first turn. So we're on mediums. I think what you have to do as well for F1, I could be wrong, and if I am, definitely correct me down below. I think we were on soft tires, so you can see the inside of my tires, how they're yellow. That means we're on mediums. Also, if you look at the leader, or the whatever you want to call it, leaderboard up in the top left, you can see what tire compound everybody's on. So the M means medium. I think we were on soft to begin with. So you have to, I think, again, if I'm wrong, and you know, definitely correct me, you have to pit and change your tires, and you can't change the same compound, I believe, unless there's like special circumstances as far as like weather or something. I could be wrong. Let me know down below in the description if that is correct. I'm pretty sure that's what's what I remember from F1 2020, but I can't 100% remember that for sure. But the medium tires, the difference between them and the soft tires is they're a little less grippy, but they're a more durable tire. So you kind of, you know, make out your strategy. Like some people use mediums off the bat or softs off the bat, and then you can see Zotac is on hard tires, so he's either, you know, playing to a, you know, rougher driving style, because he may, you know, come in here and brake like I do and just slam on the brakes, to where he needs a more durable tire that will last him longer in the race. So we've only got 4 laps left. And really, I mean, 13 laps, unless, I don't know if they have, like, the accelerated degradation, like if it, you know, accelerates to however many laps you're doing, because soft tires would last more than 13 laps, I think. I could be wrong on that, too. Let me know down below how many inaccuracies are in this video. Definitely, I'm curious to know that, but, you know, you just want to make sure you have tires to last you, to where you only have to do, in this case, 1 pit stop a race. So definitely interesting, but we have 4 laps to go. I'm just up here cruising around in pole position. We've got Lewis Hamilton 8 seconds behind us and Zotac 11 seconds behind him. I don't think we're gonna have much of an issue finishing out this race. So unless anything interesting happens, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump to the end of it. Alright, we're coming up on our final lap now.
This is your final lap of the race.
So we're doing what we can. We're going to see if we can't beat our time. I don't think that we'll be able to. We set a pretty good time. And now we're just kind of driving a little crazy. I was hoping that we'd catch up to some of the back runners, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. We're almost 24 seconds in front of Hamilton. I looked at, like, I said I could pit, and I could still come out of the pit in first place. I thought about going across the finish line in the pit lane, but
putting a good distance between yourself and the car behind.
We're just not going to worry about that. We're just going to do our race. Whew. It's been a long race. 13 laps really doesn't seem like that much, but I think they said that this is a 3.6 mile track with 15 turns. And so, you know, I think this is where it's more fun on the wheel, because I think it'd be really just super duper unfun on a, you know, key or a controller. And so I think this is where it's like way better on a wheel, because you at least have some kind of interaction instead of just like moving a joystick left and right. So I'm glad that I have the wheel, and you know, I'm glad that it's actually, you know, working pretty decently on these settings that I've kind of makeshifted. Just because of that one setting of the wheel rotation that is missing currently. But here we go with the checkered flag. Coming across in first place. There we go.
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing. Well done.
Not a bad race at all.
Then, and a fantastic victory.
Putting Haas back on the map, or on the map, I guess, probably for the first time. So, either way,
as usual for the
Aiden Jackson.
But a bit of a reshuffle in the midfield here in France.
That's certainly much better from Haas.
Just starting P18 and coming all the way to the top.
On a good day, they're as good as anyone.
Haas are no doubt happy with today's performance, having secured the win this weekend. And our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations as we speak.
Got a screenshot for the thumbnail there. Spraying down Hamilton. Was it a Mercedes 2 and 3? All right, there we go. So move on. See what kind of cutscene we get from that.
Great work
We
out
get
there
the
today. Let's
do a
have your
reporter.
thoughts.
All right.
Congratulations, you got on the podium. That's a fantastic result for both you and the team. How are you feeling?
I'm gonna be humble. It's definitely a team effort. I'm just the one behind the wheel.
Yeah, it's a team effort. I'm just the one behind the wheel. It was an amazing result today, and I think everyone deserves it. I'm just pleased I could bring it home for them.
Well, it's such a great result, especially since it's your first season in Formula One. Would you say you found your feet now since the jump to F1?
Okay, so I'm gonna do again the more humble thing. Change is always difficult, but I think I'm settling in.
There's always going to be hurdles. And look, you never know what's around the corner. Change is always difficult, but I think I'm settling in. The team seems happy at least.
So there's no current tensions within the team? We've all seen that you and Casper have locked horns so far this season. Is that something that's now behind you?
Okay, so, I mean, my honest answer, I would say this. But I think I'm going to take a higher route and say, you know, I think there's always going to be a settling in period. It doesn't matter who you're paired with.
I think there's always going to be a settling in period. It doesn't matter who you're paired up with. You've got to have a strong character to do what we do. We may have our differences, but I'm sure we'll get there.
I like that answer.
Great. Well, that's everything.
All right. First press interview. So, Chapter 3, Jackson put in a solid performance at the French Grand Prix to firmly cement Haas as a contender in the crowded middle pack of the F1 grid, much to the delight of the team's management and fans. I think a solid performance is very understated there. We went from 18th up to P1, so let's see here. We got a new reward. Oh, well, that's for the podium pass. Jackson, finding form in France. So he's looking at social. We're up to 49,000 followers on whatever that is. A call from Brian. Let's see what he's up to.
Aiden, just so you know, there's a full team meeting in 20 minutes.
No worries.
We just want to review our strategy while the race is still fresh in our minds.
Right, okay. I'll see you there.
Listen, while you're on, I just wanted to say that was some solid driving out there today. I'm impressed.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Brian.
Put it this way, it's been noticed. Well done, kid. I'll see you in the meeting.
Okay, so solid driving again. I'm assuming that our objective was to just pass up whatever that position was. We got a call from our mum here. Let's see what she has to say.
Mom.
Hello, love. Just calling to say well done, as usual. You okay?
Thanks, Mum. Yeah, I'm good. Real good. I think I delivered today.
I thought so. And I think the neighbors probably did too. I couldn't stop shouting.
Oh, not again.
I'm so proud of you, Aiden.
Hey, it's Silverstone soon.
So does that mean you'll be home for a few days?
Probably. I'll try and get over for a day or two, either side of race weekend.
You know, Silverstone was always your dad's favorite track.
I know. You're still coming to the race, right?
Do you really think I'd miss out on the VIP treatment? Of course
Silverstone must be our home track, our local
I
track
just
to
wish
where our
it
house
wasn't
is.
on my own, you know?
Yeah, I know, but I'll be there. And I can't wait to see you.
Me too. Anyway, I won't keep you. I imagine you want to go and celebrate. Well done again. Love you.
Love you too, Mum. Speak soon.
Alright, there you go. Good supportive mom. Let's see, what a result. Aiden really great. Alright. Alright, so thanks for being so diplomatic when asked about how things are with Casper. It really helps the image of the team. You being able to field questions like that, and it makes my job much easier. You're welcome, Brian. I got you. I gave an interview to Trackside a couple weeks ago. Had a great time doing it. Maybe you've seen it. Colin, the guy that does it, mentioned you'd been trying to get in touch with you for a chat. You might want to have a word with your PA, as he's not heard much back. Anyway, I gave him your email address. You can thank me later. Okay. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next one here. See what we're doing. British Grand Prix, 2 weeks later. With Haas continuing to show signs of improvement, the F1 world turns its eyes to Silverstone. A real test for rookie Aiden Jackson as he returns home with hopes of impressing the crowd and earning their spot or support at the historic circuit. So, go ahead and jump into that. I'll try to do these maybe 2 races a video. Because I know, like, especially that last one, I'm going to do a lot of cutting up just because, you know, there's no need to do it so much. Alright, so Fernando Alonso makes a comeback. Very good. Alright. Who we got? This is unknown.
Hello?
Hello, mate.
Oh, God.
Who is this?
Devin.
Oh, come on, keep up. It's Devin.
Butler.
The very same.
How did you get this number?
It doesn't really matter. Listen. I just wanted to pass on a bit of friendly advice.
Oh.
Now, it's always tricky racing on your home track. The pressure, all the fans watching, it's a nightmare.
Right, yeah. I imagine it is.
But if you keep your cool, you stay focused, you will get through it, okay? Just imagine it's a different circuit on the other side of the planet. Then, when your race does fall apart, it'll be a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah, great advice.
I knew you'd think so. Anyway, good luck out there today. Just try and make it to the end, huh? Ta-ta!
Okay,
Yeah,
so
good
Devin
luck
being
to you
Devin.
too. I'll see you later.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the race. So capitalizing on a fantastic Q3, Aiden Jackson is enjoying one of his finest career performances when a front right puncture threatens to ruin his chances to a top 5 finish. With friends and family in the stands and the crowd behind him, Jackson sets his sights on salvaging what he can from the race. So it sounds like we're going to be coming into a pretty crappy situation right now. So you can see that front right tire is not looking normal.
Copy, Aiden. Box,
Getting
box.
passed up here because we're having to
Copy.
go a little slower.
Let's just minimize the damage.
Let's see what we're doing. He's going to let me go. Oh wow, you could really feel that. Alright, so we're getting into the pits. We're currently in 7th. So there's the whole pit assist. I just flew in there. So we're in 7th right now. I guess we were in 5th before we got passed by the 2 people. So we're hoping to get out and back on the track with new tires and get back up to 5th, and we'll have 5 laps, I guess, to do it. Or 6 laps, I guess, as we just crossed the finish line.
Exit.
Alright, we got soft tires and everything, so... Alright, finishing the points. Oh, we only need to get, up to 10th. So, we're in 12th, 13th, 14th, because we've got Vettel right there. Alright, and we're back.
Still time left to push for the points here, Aiden.
So we came out in 13th. We just need to get up to 10th. Need to warm these tires up a bit. And we should be good to go, because I think everybody else is on hard and medium right now. We've got 6 laps to do so. We've got our teammate right here. We're going to go on the outside of him and then cut back inside. I don't know how we managed to do that. We got Alex Albon. I think his name's Alex. Could be wrong. We've got Albon nonetheless right here in front of us in 11th. Gonna turn our ERS on. He's in the Red Bull. Oh, okay. Let me rewind that. That was weird. It seemed like he was just gonna go flat through there. Alright, starting from right here. It seemed like he should have just gone flat through there at least. Because it wasn't giving us any indication that we needed to slow down. Alright, we need to get out in front of him. I don't like being behind people. Got DRS, we've got our ERS. And we're going to make a move into this turn. Didn't work out. We're going to make it coming out of that turn. Oh my gosh, I wasn't paying attention. I forgot that this is a little technical. Instead of going into the pits, I need to get, reused to some of these tracks here. Alright. Got a purple sector through there somehow.
The teammate behind is 1.7 seconds.
Alright, we're flying out here. On the outside around Butler. Hard on the brakes. We're up into the points. Barely, but we want to be further into the points. And we've got 5 laps to do so. Got Perez up here in 9th. We didn't get DRS because we weren't within a second of him going into that section. We did catch up. And this is the turn that we passed our teammate on the outside. Makes little sense to me. I don't know how we managed to do that other than just the settings, but our ERS back on. Seems like they slow down a lot through here. And we just drive like a bat out of hell. Out of control. We got Charles Leclerc right in front of us. We're gonna get ERS. We're gonna get our DRS and our ERS on. And we're shooting by him. Turn our ERS back off. You can see, I don't know, I guess I didn't really explain ERS. It's basically just an electronic boost. Okay, let's... I don't want to do that. This will be fine right here. I don't know like exactly what ERS does for you. I just know it seems to make you faster. So if somebody can give a more technical breakdown of that down below in the comments, that'd be awesome. But it charges up like as you know brake and don't use it. It charges up like a battery, and you can see that in the lower left in the middle, to the left of the speedometer and RPMs and stuff down there. Alright, we're up into 7th. Not too bad. I want to see if we can get back up into 5th. I don't even see those other racers in front of us. It might be a little challenging. They're 10 seconds and 12 seconds out in front. So we may end up coming in 7th because that's a huge gap to fill in 4 laps. But let's get forward and see if anything happens.
0.6 seconds.
Okay, we're actually cutting it down. We cut it down 4 seconds within this lap, so again, it's more so just the settings. I have them set to like, you know, nothing crazy. I think it's on normal, not even challenging. I think normal is the lowest because I'm trying to get used to it, and when I set that, I didn't actually have the wheel working properly, and I guess technically it's really not working properly still because they're still missing the degrees of rotation setting, which would do a lot, and I could like back down the sensitivity. Caught up to Ocon. That was quick. But yeah, right now, basically what I had to do is I like absolutely boosted the sensitivity for the wheel, like all the way up almost. I think it's at like 85 out of 100 or something like that. Because it was causing me issues where I need to be able to cut in. We're just gonna zoom on by him. That wasn't a big enough bump anyway. We're chasing down Lando now. But it wasn't a big enough, or the wheel wouldn't like, or the car, I guess, wasn't turning unless I turned the wheel, like, it's almost full 450 degrees left or right. Because the actual wheel rotation, by default, it's a 900 degree rotation on the G920s. So basically, I had to turn the wheel, you know, 2 rotations, I think is what the total is, to even get the car to turn like this much going around this turn. And obviously that doesn't really work out that well, because it's not realistic, and you know, this isn't a normal car. You can see the driver, his hands turning the wheel, and he barely turns them, you know, 90 degrees on most turns. So trying to do, you know, 2 full rotations is making me slow, especially in chicanes where like this would have been like impossible to do. So like I said, I just jacked up the sensitivity, and hopefully that degrees of rotation setting was in the game, because I saw somebody make a video on it, but it's not in there now, so The guy said that they're aware of the issue and they're working to fix it, being the developers, but... Oh, we passed up Lando, by the way. I was too busy jabbering. We passed Lando. About to pass up Stroll here. We're gonna get P4 at least. We've got Gaming down on us. We're gonna keep our ERS on. We've got 2 laps to go.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
Yeah, the guy said that the developers are aware of it. I mean, the game literally came out today, technically, so I just got it early because of the, you know, having a nicer version of it. So technically, you know, if there's any bugs or whatnot, they don't have to be fixed until today. It looked like they did fix some bugs, but not the steering wheel setting issue, but they already put a patch out yesterday for it. Or for some of the issues that people have experienced. So they're obviously working on it. They probably got like a priority matrix as far as like what needs to be fixed first.
Okay, gap ahead is 7.2 seconds.
Alright, we've got 2 full laps left. And our next target is Bottas to get 3rd. He is 7 seconds ahead of us right now. Alright, now we're up behind Bottas. We can get a little closer to him. We'll get DRS. I don't think we're going to get it. I guess this might not even be a DRS soon.
Final lap of the race.
We'll definitely be able to get in front of him before the end of the race. Hello, little bump. ERS here, we got our DRS going, we're going to zip in, and right in front of him there.
Gap to car in front is 5.3 seconds.
We might be able to catch up to Verstappen. It's going to be a close one. We've closed a huge gap with Bottas, but I don't know if we can do 5 seconds in this last lap here, but 3rd place is not a bad finish. We're just going to leave our ERS open through here. We can zoom through here. It may be because we're on the soft tires. Slow down a little bit. It might be because we're on the soft tires that we can do that. I don't know. We didn't get the DRS there. Verstappen has DRS on Hamilton though. Oh man. We're getting... Oh, we dove. Okay. It was worth a shot. Let's restart. I can potentially dive in front of Verstappen, potentially. Alright, here we go. Alright, we dove in front of Verstappen. Oh, let's go. Come on. Oh, that curb saved us there.
Job. You've done everything we wanted today.
That wouldn't have been a very good finish in F1 as far as like, I'm pretty sure that we would get a penalty, but we squeezed our way into P1 there.
And what a performance it was from our race winners today. There aren't many teams, you know, as they come
I don't
out
think
onto the
Hamilton
podium
would be that
now,
happy
who can do what Haas have managed to accomplish here.
If that was the actual
outcome.
outcome.
Just
So
how competitive they've already become. An amazing victory.
Here we go. That's 2 P1s in this episode, though. We'll get another screenshot. Whew. All right. We get another reporter moment. Maybe not. So, Chapter 4. Despite suffering a puncture mid-race, Jackson managed to overcome the odds, securing a brilliant points finish for Haas at the British Grand Prix. So we got all the points. So the roundup at Silverstone. So there we go. That's where we'll end this video. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm enjoying this game a lot. It's so much fun to play. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Make sure you get subscribed for future F1 2021 videos. I do plan on starting the My Team at some point soon. Just trying to get a little further into this progression of this breaking point. But like I said, I do plan on starting my team. I would love to be able to start a single player my team and then try to find somebody to do the co-op my teams with. Potentially, you know, try to find maybe another creator that we could, you know, try to grow our channels together or something along those lines. But definitely trying for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely stay tuned for what's to come with F1 2021. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.